Hi, this is Darren Drew from D. Drew Guitars. I'm continuing on with this, excuse me, fret jobs on this Les Paul. So what I've done is, so far is I've nipped off all the ends using a tool, a nipper like this. I had these in my toolbox, never used them before, but they work better than my other side cutters. But what I've done, if you can see, I made this flatter and I made it so that, because this had a really like a jaw like coming down at an angle. So I made it be less angle so I could get closer to the side of the neck. And so I left a couple here that I will demonstrate on to cut these off. These are Gold Evo frets, so they're very hard. But what I always tended to do is put my nippers at an angle like this so it will like kind of pre-bevel it. And you just nip them off as close as you can get them. It's amazing too, because I've done so many fret jobs that see the little tank part that is left that comes off. In the middle of all my fret jobs, I started saving them because I was making wood gear clocks and I needed weight for my weights. And so I saved up over 5 pounds of these little tiny bits of fret ends. I've done that many frets. So you nip these off. Anyway, so you nip these off as close as you can get them. So then I have this, okay, it's a flat. This will make it a 90-degree angle here to flush cut my fret ends. And I've already done it on this side. And you can see that you want it just flush with the binding. And, it's going to take off some of the yellow on the binding, but there's not much you can do about that anyway. I'm going to have to even sand more on there. Up at this part here, I'm going to have to be careful. So I'll take off this little plastic guard, as you can see how it's getting abused already, but just to do it, see it, and to get these ones real close here, because I don't want this file to be running into the body. Okay, so this side I've already flush cut. So now I have my bevel angle here, and I believe it's 32 degrees. So then you want to be careful going back and forth so you don't slip off of the, off your side of your fretboard, you could say. So I want a 32-degree angle on my bevel. So I just continue to go back and forth, holding this tight against the side. Let the file do the work. You don't have to put a lot of muscle in it, but you just want the file to do the work. And you keep going until you see on the side of the fret that it's touched everywhere, all up and down the neck. If you slip off, you're going to go like this and gouge your fret. So be careful with it. And this is a two-way file, by the way. So it can go in both directions. Some files are made to only go in one direction. And one thing I forgot to mention on my last video about pressing in the frets is you want to do all of them at one time. You could say in one sitting, because then you're going to be in the same mood. The thing's going to be working. You want to try to get it in a nice flow, of doing it so you get it in a rhythm. And, press all down consistently with the same amount of pressure on all of them. It's helpful too, even if you want to check them with a rocker as you're going, after you do like 5 frets, check them with the rocker, whatnot. So anyway, I'll continue beveling this and then I will show it to you when I'm done. And then we'll go on from there. But, just some tips here. Just take your time. Frets aren't that difficult, really, if you just know the steps to do them and what to look for. But with frets, I'll tell you, the process before always affects the process that you're going to be doing now. So, and it's like that on every step of the process in doing frets. So do each step the best that you can do, and because it's going to affect the next step. So anyway, this is Darren from D. Drew Guitars. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the rebound.